Hello and welcome back to Mass Effect 2. Well, I'll start off with talking about the mod of the week, because this time it was just swapping out the two intro logos. Because the way that OBS records, it doesn't capture the first few frames of a full-screen application, so you couldn't really see the Bioware logo in all its glory before, and now you can. And it's in fact a very nice logo, much better than in the first game. The A one, not so much. But yeah, since that's not a whole lot of mods, I just wanted to also note the mod that I already talked about a lot. It is in active development, and in fact, when I started this playthrough, I was using a lot 2.5.6, whereas now I'm using a lot 2.5.11. So yeah, and in fact I already reported 2 bugs, and one of them got fixed in the time span of a week, which is amazing. So huge props to Creeper Lava, the developer of it, for doing that. And another thing I want to mention before we start is, in the game, I realized something. When we had the shuttle ride to the Cerberus facility last time, the first question from Jacob was, how do you feel about Akuz? Like, really, the nerve! It's like having a killer ask you, how do you feel about me slaughtering your entire family? And the answer was pretty nice also. It can really break you. As in, you know, what you did was really not nice. But yeah. Let's go now. Because we now have a meeting to go to. Load Lazarus Research Station. Technically not really. But another thing I wanted to point out for later mods is the way that the loading screens work. Right now you're seeing one, and it takes quite a bit of time. But that's not because it takes a while to load things. It's because
the Elusive Man is waiting for you in the other room.
Also not because of that. But it's because the game waits for the animation to stop playing. It, in fact, has the ability to not do that. It can just load whenever it is done loading. But only a few of the loading screens use that. And unfortunately, the ones that use that are the ones where loading screens are, in fact, informational. And ones that don't use it is where the loading screens are completely pointless. So, it's really silly. Okay, one more thing I wanted to look at here was the exact parameters here. I think this is correct. This is correct, and I wanted to change the tint a bit because this is a bit too blue. I think I like this one. Yeah, it's a bit blue. It's not cyan like this one. So I'll stick with this for the time being. Alright, so now we have a meeting with the Elusive Man, so let's see what that is all about.
I wouldn't keep the Elusive Man waiting.
He was waiting for 2 years. I'm sure he can wait a bit more. Also, hi there, Cerberus people.
The Elusive Man is waiting for you in the other room.
Yeah. And if we look at our journal, Prologue Awakening. You escaped the Cerberus medical facility. The Elusive Man is the next likely source of information. Go speak to the Elusive Man in the room downstairs. So that's what we're doing. Now remember that the Elusive Man is the boss, which is the boss of the entire Cerberus organization. In other words, he is the one responsible for Akuz, directly.
Commander Shepard.
Elusive Man. I thought we'd be meeting face to face.
A necessary precaution. Not unusual for people who know what you and I know.
Yeah, I guess I would agree that it's a necessary precaution for you. If not for that, I'm pretty sure that John would already have put a few bullets into you. So, also an interesting fact, the game is kind of flip-flopping sometimes on that, but oftentimes the Paragon option is the one where you are being mean to Cerberus. So, let's be mean to Cerberus.
You might be the reason I'm still alive, but that doesn't mean I trust you.
You need to put your personal feelings aside. Humanity is up against the greatest threat of our brief existence.
The Reapers.
Good to see your memory's still intact. How are you feeling?
You need to earn the right to ask me those kinds of questions.
Cerberus isn't as evil as you believe. You and I are on the same side. We just have different methods.
Cut to the chase. What are the Reapers doing that made you decide to bring me back?
We're at war. No one wants to admit it, but humanity is under attack. While you've been sleeping, entire colonies have been disappearing. Human colonies. We believe it's someone working for the Reapers, just as Saren and Ageth aided Sovereign. You've seen it yourself. You bested all of them. That's just one reason we chose you.
Well, that's nice, but still kind of strange.
You could have trained an entire army for what you spent to bring me back.
You're unique. Not just in ability or what you've experienced, but in what you represent. You stood for humanity at a key moment. You're more than a soldier. You're a symbol. And I don't know if the Reapers understand fear, but you killed one. They have to respect that.
One thing I don't like is that sometimes when you investigate, some options disappear. I have no idea why that happened. But let's continue investigating. So, how about Cerberus?
Fighting a war doesn't seem like Cerberus. Why are you involved?
We're committed to the advancement and preservation of humanity. If the Reapers are targeting us, trying to wipe us out, Cerberus will stop them. If we wait for politicians or the Alliance to act, no more human colonies will be left.
Alright, abductions. I suppose since Cerberus are a pro-human, bigoted sort of organization, it makes sense for them to try and do something about that. But still, that's a bit strange. So, why not wait for the Alliance to act?
If this is a threat against humanity, you need to mobilize the Alliance.
They suffered substantial losses fighting Sovereign. They're rebuilding, still stretched too thin to waste resources verifying the Reaper threat. Blaming the abductions on mercs and pirates is easier and more convenient.
That sounds suspicious. But what about the abductions themselves?
Sovereign was trying to harvest all life in the galaxy. Why would the Reapers target a few human colonies?
Hundreds of thousands of colonists have vanished. I'd say that fits the definition of harvesting. Nobody's paying attention because it's random, and the attacks occur in remote locations. I don't know why they've suddenly targeted humanity. Maybe you got their attention when you killed one of them.
Well, okay. But that's still not really Cerberus' modus operandi. And I don't think the Elusive Man is a reliable source of information also. So let's choose the least positive option towards them.
If what you say is true, if the Reapers are behind this, I'd consider helping you.
I'd be disappointed if you accepted any of this without seeing for yourself. I have a shuttle ready to take you to Freedom's Progress, the latest colony to be abducted. Miranda and Jacob will brief you.
Miranda killed Wilson in cold blood. Jacob's just a gun for hire. You expect me to trust them?
Wilson was one of my best agents, but he was a traitor. Miranda did exactly what I expected of her, and she saved your life in more ways than one. Jacob's a soldier, one of the best. He's never fully trusted me, but he's always been honest about it. You'll be just fine with them. For now.
Is this a volunteer job, or am I being volunteered?
You always have a choice, Shepard. If you don't find the evidence we're both looking for, we can part ways. But first, go to Freedom's Progress. Find any clues you can. Who's abducting the colonies? Do they have any connection to the Reapers? I brought you back. It's up to you to do the rest.
Alright. Level up, experience, journal date. Look for clues that might explain things. Investigate the missing colonists. Freedom's Progress. The Elusive Man himself. And I got a lot of Paragon points for that. Alright. Well, let's have the briefing, I suppose. And I guess Miranda is the one to talk to?
The Elusive Man is very impressed with you. I'm eager to see if you can live up to his expectations on this mission.
I can't have anyone disobeying my commands when we get there.
I know who I report to. As long as you don't do anything to betray Cerberus, I'll follow your orders.
I don't know about that. It really depends on if there are opportunities to betray Cerberus. If there aren't, we probably won't. And yeah, I guess thanks are in order.
I never got a chance to say how much I appreciated what the Lazarus project did for me.
I just hope it was worth it. A lot of people lost their lives on that station.
Indeed. But it's not something that John cares about, so Also, what's with the Ice Queen attitude?
Are you naturally this bitchy, or is it just me?
I have the utmost respect for your abilities, Shepard. It's your motivations that concern me. I believe in what Cerberus stands for. Only time will tell if you prove to be an asset or a liability to our cause.
Yeah, we don't believe in what Cerberus stands for. Alright, so the briefing.
What can you tell me about this colony we're going to?
Freedom's Progress? It's a typical human settlement in the Terminus Systems. They had a small military force for protection supplemented by mechs and security drones. Average in almost every way, really. Completely unremarkable. Until the disappearance.
Any thoughts on what we might run into there?
A lot of empty buildings and one giant mystery.
So, no idea. Okay. Well, how about the background of the Lazarus project?
I'd like to know more about the Lazarus project from the person in charge.
I wasn't in charge. The Elusive Man was. If I was running the show, would have done a few things differently.
Well, you were directly in charge and the Elusive Man was only giving you orders, but okay.
What would you have changed?
To start, I would have implanted you with some type of control chip. But the Elusive Man wouldn't allow it. He was afraid it might affect your personality, alter your character somehow. He wouldn't let us do anything that might limit your potential in any way.
Rude.
Can't say I like the idea of being brought back to life with a control chip in my brain.
The Elusive Man is taking an incredible risk with you. I just hope his gamble pays off.
Tell me a little about yourself.
Worried about my qualifications? I can crush a mech with my biotics or shoot its head off at 100 yards. Take your pick.
Did you and Jacob serve together in the Alliance?
No, the Elusive Man recognized my potential and recruited me at a young age.
How old were you?
Old enough to know this is what I wanted.
Okay. That still sounds kind of shady.
I was trying to get to know you as a human being.
I'm not looking for a friend, Shepard. Stay focused on the mission.
Yeah, Ice Queen is right.
It's obvious you're not interested in talking.
We've got an assignment. We can talk about it or we can do it.
Alright, how about Jacob?
I'm glad the Elusive Man convinced you to join us, Commander.
No. We're not joining Cerberus. Where did you get that idea?
Cerberus gave me my body back. That's worth giving them a chance. One chance.
But you're still not convinced. Do you trust me, Commander?
Absolutely not.
You're part of Cerberus. I'll be keeping an eye on you, too.
Fair enough. I can't expect you to trust me just because I ask you. I'll just have to earn that trust.
Okay, so... what did you do in the Alliance?
You said you served in the Alliance?
5 years in total. Stationed all over the galaxy. Even spent a couple of years as a Corsair.
I've never heard of the Corsairs.
It was an Alliance initiative. They hired independent starship captains and used them for missions that fell outside official Alliance jurisdiction. Technically, we weren't part of the Alliance. If we ever got caught, they could disavow any knowledge of us. We were supposed to be free from restrictions and rules, but there was still enough red tape to sink a cruiser. I finally just gave up.
So, a Black Ops organization. That sounds like the beginning of Cerberus, in fact.
Why did you join Cerberus?
I guess I just got tired of never making a difference. So much of what we did in the Alliance seemed pointless. I thought things would change after the attack on the Citadel. Humanity was finally invited to join the Council, but nothing changed. Politics, bureaucracy, same bullshit, different leaders. Cerberus is different. When colonies go missing, we don't commission a team to write a report to figure out what the hell to do about it. We just go and find out.
Well, you just got to get good. Like, become a Spectre, and then you don't need to worry about that sort of thing. Alright, well, like I said, it really sounds like the Corsairs are kind of the proto-Cerberus thing, because we already know that Cerberus is described as having been an Alliance Black Ops organization as well. So it could be that it just evolved out of Corsairs. Right, let's ask for some more details about the mission.
Do you know anything about this colony we're going to?
It's called Freedom's Progress. Don't know much else. I guess we'll find out when we get there.
In other words, you have absolutely no idea. We already know it's called Freedom's Progress. Alright.
That's all for now.
Yes, sir.
Oh, right. We got a level up, so I can invest in things. I want warp, so it requires throw, so we invest in throw. Unfortunately, I don't think I can use warp even though it's unlocked, as long as there's no skill point invested in that. Alright, well... We're going to investigate things. People have disappeared. So it's going to be more or less a search and rescue mission, so I don't think I want to put on a helmet. I'm good with a scouter. So, yeah. Investigate the missing colonists. Freedom's Progress. Investigate colony. So let's read the codex about that. Planets and locations.
Freedom's Progress colony was once a typical Alliance settlement, but following complete communications blackout and its apparent destruction, is now a lightning rod for anxiety and dread in the galactic human community. The communications blackout followed an upgrade of the colony's small military force, supplemented by mechs and security drones, with high-powered tower-mounted Guardian lasers. Colonists complained about construction cost overruns, delays, noise, and damage to the local environment. They also feared the defense array could be seen as provocative to their world's neighbors. Such fears may not have been baseless. Authorities have still offered no explanation for the communications blackout, fueling rumors of plagues, natural disasters, or a cult-inspired mass suicide. Located in strategically insignificant space, Freedom's Progress colony had once offered residents spectacular rainbows, lush marshlands, and stunning mountain ranges. Its potential as an agricultural settlement and tourism wonderland rivaled that of any Alliance colony.
Okay, so another colony that is pretty nice, although it's in the Terminus Systems, which means it's hilariously insecure. And trying to build lasers may have done something. Well, let's go and investigate it. Mission complete. Officially. Level up. Experience gained, level earned, squad points gained. Shepard escape attack on the facility, along with operatives Taylor and Lawson. Facility destroyed by remote detonation. Welp. Salvage teams will ensure no incriminating data survived. Welp. Per Miranda's recommendation, I'm running security sweeps on other cells to ensure that Wilson was our only mole. Regardless of the costs, Project Lazarus was a success. Shepard is back. Yeah, that still sounds like typical Cerberus operations. Long service bonuses. You receive the following bonuses for having beaten Mass Effect 2 and 1. 25% bonus experience on all missions. Retain all heavy weapons from previous playthroughs. Lots of credits and lots of stuff. M100 grenade launcher. Rapid fire grenade launcher favored by Bloodpack Vorcha mercenaries. Capable of taking down multiple enemies with a single well-placed shot. Effective against armor, shields, and biotic barriers. And Cerberus sent us 3,750 credits. We also found as much. And that's it. And this is one of the loading screens that is a bit informative. You can see that this is our shuttle. And we are flying down onto the surface of a planet. And landing.
We should be there shortly, Shepard. The Elusive Man put us under your command. Do you have any orders?
Are you sure you'll be comfortable following my orders?
We didn't bring you back from the dead just to second guess you, Commander. If the Elusive Man says you're in charge, you're in charge.
Yay, good. Finally some good news. So...
What makes you think this investigation will turn up anything new?
At other colonies, official investigators got there first. Sometimes looters or salvage teams as well. We're hoping to be the first ones there this time. Maybe find clues before somebody else disturbs the scene.
Okay, so it's very recent.
What did you find at the other colonies?
Nothing. No signs of attack, no corpses, not even a trace of unusual genetic material to give us a clue. They just disappear. And we've got no target to go after.
Okay, so still a big mystery. Well, John is quite familiar with these sorts of things because that's what he did in the TCA. The priorities is, of course, find survivors and save them if there are any.
Our first priority is to look for survivors.
That's unlikely, Commander. No one was left at the other colonies. They were completely deserted.
Be nice to find somebody. Anything's better than another ghost town.
And new weapons. Cerberus has provided additional weapons. Which is the M4 Shuriken machine pistol. Fires 3-round bursts. Very effective against shields and biotic barriers. Weak against armor. So that is a new type of weapon introduced in this game. This is a submachine gun. So instead of pistols that fire single shots, these things are more automatic. They're still not the same as assault rifles. They're slower and they do less damage, so they're pretty much a poor version of assault rifles. But still, it's good to have something like that. And even though we're investigating, still we want to have our armor. Actually, does it stay on?
Field is clear.
Yes, cool. Let's make sure that we're not missing something. Sometimes the game likes to hide things. But it looks like we're not. So, alright.
like everyone just got up and left right in the middle of dinner.
Yeah. Nobody's here. Sinks, crates, tables. Yes, I don't need tutorials, game.
Strange. No bodies, no structural damage, and no signs of battle.
Yeah, that is pretty strange. Oh. Spare parts for salvage. Excellent. We get credits for that. And they're quite important. Whoa! Lucky Mac with armor.
Strange. Security systems were disabled at the other colonies.
Okay, so it's the first instance where we have enemies with armor. So as you can see, we have these red arrows everywhere. That means that you cannot use your powers on people that have something more than health, which is too bad, really. Because that makes it so that you have to use your weapons to take out their extra things and so on. And also, you can see that it says armor and not shields. That makes no sense. Absolutely. It was very clear in the first game that armor is this, what you wear. It reduces the damage that you take. It's a percentage reduction. It's not shields. It's not an extra bar that you need to go through. That's not how it works. And having it displayed as that is absolutely nonsense. I really don't like that. Alright, this is not good against armor. Basically, this game really likes its elemental rock, paper, scissors, you could say. Let's regenerate.
Tag!
Oh, what? How did that happen?
Enemy down!
I've got it.
Okay. And now they only have health, so bam.
Drop. Go right.
Okay, let's move here. Alright. And there's this guy. How about you focus on this?
Targeting.
Easy enough.
Ouch. Okay, nice. Complete refill of our shields right out the bat.
Shield center.
Oh, come on. Well, that's insanity for you.
Excuse me.
You should use this. You can use that. Nice. Both at the same time. Nice. And then there's this guy. With armor. Ah, you can overload.
Those mechs shouldn't have been hostile. They should have recognized us as human.
Someone reprogrammed them to attack on sight. We're not alone here.
Alright. Now let's head in a bit further. So we're still fighting mechs. There's a door. And another house. Ah! Medigel and a wall safety bypass. With 2,000 credits. Okay. Okay. Easy enough. 2,000 credits. And...
Go right.
Whoa. Fenry mech. Well... Yep, that's what you can do. There's a button for melee. It's not the best idea on Insanity, as you can imagine, but it's there. 1,000 more credits. Cool. Okay. Now let's go inside here.
Stop right there!
Prazza, you said you'd let me handle this. Wait, Shepard?
I'm not taking any chances with Cerberus operatives.
Put those weapons down! Shepard? Is that... You're alive?
Yep, and it's Tally. Long time no see, technically.
Remember when I gave you that Geth data tally? Did it help you complete your pilgrimage?
Yes, it did. Prazza, weapons down. This is definitely Commander Shepard.
Why is your old commander working for Cerberus?
I don't know. Maybe we should ask.
I'm not working for them. Come on.
Cerberus rebuilt me, but I'm not taking their orders. We can discuss the specifics once I know why you're here.
One of our people was here on pilgrimage. His name was Vitor. We came to find him.
Okay. So, yeah, why do you think he's alive since everyone else has been abducted?
Everyone else is dead. What makes you think Vitor survived?
We saw him when we landed.
You saw him? Then why isn't he with you already?
Vitor was injured, and he was always, nervous.
She means that he was unstable. Combine that with damage to his suit CO2 scrubbers and an infection from an open-air exposure, and he's likely delirious.
When he saw us landing, he hid in a warehouse on the far side of town. We suspect he also programmed the mechs to attack anything that moved.
Okay, well, that explains the mechs then. And sure, we really need to team up.
Vitor's the only one who can tell us what happened here. We should work together to find him.
Good idea. You'll need 2 teams to get past the drones anyway.
Now we're working with Cerberus?
No, Prazza, you're working for me. If you can't follow orders, go wait on the ship. Head for the warehouse through the center of the colony. We'll circle around the far side and draw off some of the drones to clear you a path.
Okay. Well, we already know why people would hate Cerberus, but this is a nice nod to Mass Effect Ascension, so...
Your people really don't like Cerberus. What did I miss?
They killed our people, infiltrated our flotilla, and tried to blow up one of our ships.
That's not how I'd have explained it exactly. It was nothing personal.
We can argue over who killed who later. Right now, we've got a job to do.
Agreed. We work together to get to Vitor.
Yep, that's reference to Ascension. They infiltrated the flotilla and killed a lot of people there, as you would expect. So, yeah, sounds like a plan.
Make sure to keep in radio contact.
Will do. Good luck, Shepard. Whatever happens, it's good to have you back.
You too. And now we have finding Vitor as an objective. But that will be for next time. Oh right, I forgot that I have skill points to invest. Well, I'll check that out in the meanwhile. But we also have some codex entries to go through, so let's read one more. Yeah, one thing that I don't remember having seen in the first game is ships and vehicles, was it? Yeah. Space combat trans-relay assaults. The crucial choice for any attack through mass relays is how to divide the fleet for transit. The accuracy of a relay's mass projection depends on the mass being moved and how far it's going. Any long distance and/or high mass jump will see drift. That is, a ship may be hundreds or millions of kilometers from its intended drop point, in any direction from the relay. Distance can be chosen by admirals, but a relay is told how much mass to transit. For example, if told to move 1 million metric tons of mass, the relay will scan the approach corridor, find 4 250,000-ton freighters, and transit them together, maintaining their relative positions. A commander has the option of moving his fleet as one large, coherent formation that may be wildly off position, or breaking it up into many smaller formations that will be individually closer to the intended attack point, but could be widely dispersed. Conservative assault doctrine holds that fleets should be moved en masse, maintaining concentration of force and reducing the chances of collision. The only time it is reasonable to split up a formation is during blockade running. That is interesting, and I don't recall having seen that. And yeah, we'll read about Cerberus and stuff later on. So that will be all for the time being. And I will see you all next time. Later.